So let's go through some points of interest for this parabola. It opens downward, so my a value should be negative. That's true for all of these. The y-intercept is the point 0, 5. So if I plug in a 0 here, I don't get 5. Same thing here, I don't get 5. A and D is some complicated math here, but I do get 5. Another thing to consider is over here. This is a x value or y value of 0, and that's like 0.8 for x. I'm guessing based on this it might even be 0.86. If I plug that into a, I do not get 0. But if I plug that into this one, I do get 0. So by trying the intercepts, I was able to identify the correct equation. So -3 and -1 are my two zeros. So that's like a parabola that looks like this, and the vertex is going to be right in the middle of those two zeros. So the vertex is going to have an x-coordinate of -2. And if I plug in, I don't need to do anything more than that, because here is the answer, the only one that contains -2 in that range. So I can split this into x plus 2 times x plus 2. And what that tells me is -2 is my only zero. So here I am, and the minimum value is going to be 0. Because if there's only one solution, that's because we approach the x-axis but we don't cross it. If I want to identify the function that's modeling this scenario, I'm going to pick a couple of relatively clear points, like this one, which is 30, 20, or this one, which is 70, 100. That one's pretty precise. So I can plug these in and see if does 70 squared plus 4.3 give me 100? Well, 70 squared is going to be way bigger. So any of these ones that have n squared are going to be way too big. Even 70 times 70 was just 4,900. So even if I take a quarter of that, that's still going to be way bigger than 100. So I'm going to go with D as the smallest fraction in front of n squared. So here's a clear point on this parabola. That's at 15, 5. If I plug in 15 for L, 15 squared is going to be 225. How do I get from 225 all the way down to 5? I have to multiply by a decimal. These are all going to make that 225 even bigger. If there's a parabola that passes through this point, I can plug in -1, and this tells me a minus b plus c is equal to 1, which is D. So if my two zeros are here at -12 and here at +6, that's a distance of 18. So I'm going to go 9, and I'll be here at -3. So where are these two graphs equal to each other? 8x squared minus 2 is equal to -8x squared plus 2. So if I move all the x squareds to this side, this is what I get. I can factor out a 4. The vertex is 3, 1. So the ones that has x minus 3 squared and plus 1, any of those could be the vertex. So it's either going to be A or D. Let's try plugging a point in. If x is 4, 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 squared plus 1. Do you get 5? Nope. So it's A. Fahari kicks a ball on the ground into the air. 1 second after being kicked, it reaches its maximum height of 16 feet. And 2 seconds after being kicked, it's back on the ground. So you would expect to see when time is 0, the height is also 0. But you can see that all of these are in vertex form. We can spot the vertex as 1, 16. So we're going to look for something that says x minus 1 squared plus 16, which is what B looks like.